Hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and I have my lovely co-host with me, I Chill. Hey, boo.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, it is Memorial Day, May 26th of 2025. And shout out to if there's anyone in your family who was in the service and fought and no longer with us. This day is for them. So shout out to all of those who have served and are no longer with us today. And don't be like me because I was just telling Chill not too long ago. It wasn't until about 10 years ago that I didn't know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. So y'all, please do not go to a veteran today and tell them Happy Memorial Day. This day is not for them, not yet at least, not when they're alive and well. So again, Happy Memorial Day. And before we get started with the tea, we're gonna go with the May Mayhem that was suggested by Chill, where we honor people who make good trouble in society. And before we start the May Mayhem, I just want to ask Chill, because Chill, I know you were watching She the People on Netflix. Did you
Hmm.
have a chance to finish it?
I did.
Yay, good, because we're going to talk about well, we won't talk about the show, but we will be talking about Terry J. Vaughn today, who
Okay.
happens to be one of my favorite actresses.
She did a great job carrying that show. I loved her acting.
She did indeed, and I'm sharing this link from the African Film Arts Foundation.org, where it pretty much gives a nice bio on her. And it starts off by saying, so Tara J. Vaughn, three-time NAACP Image Award winning actress, producer, and director. Terry Juanita Vaughn is considered a mogul in the film industry. She is famously known for her role as Levita Alizé Jenkins Robinson on the the Steve Harvey Show. Terry was born and raised in San Francisco, California. She was introduced to acting, though. Uh, she was introduced through acting through the Miss Black California pageant, where she recited a passage from "For Colored Girls Who Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Was Enough." Terry's stellar recitation landed her a spot on a 20 city tour. So she was in a pageant. She did so good with that monologue. They said, you know what, girl, come with us for 20 cities. So Terry made her television debut on Living Single and Sister Act 2 in 1993. Over the past 29 years, she has acted in over 60 films. These include Issa Rae's Insecure, Oprah Winfrey's Greenleaf, and Will Smith's All of Us. In 2016, Terry moved into the director's chair with a comedy called hashtag Digital Lives Matter, starring social media influencers Emmanuel Hudson and DC Young Fly. In 2018, she produced Mary Wishmas, starring veteran actors David and Tamela Mann. Terry continues to direct and produce popular shows on OWN, BT, and Bounce TV. She has a massive project with Disney in the pipeline. Terry is co owner of Nina Holiday Entertainment, a film and television production company based in Atlanta. As an advisory board member for the African Film and Arts Foundation, Terry contributes to harnessing African arts and cinematic cultures. And then they just have like videos of clips of her talking part of that organization. But just like Chill said, she carried that show so well. I just when you think about the role, I don't think I'm trying to picture like any other actresses who could have brought what she brought. Like I felt that she was really that strong woman who really had to like kind of hold her tongue in a bunch of in the face of a bunch of white politicians that kept trying to silence her. But I think the comedy was there. The shit was corny as hell, but it wasn't so corny that it was like not watchable. I enjoyed it, but then
It
again,
had its
like
moment.
with right.
And for the
So
cast that she was acting around, since it was so silly at times, I do think she was the actress for that part,
hmm
because of her previous roles as, Levita Alizé Jenkins. You know,
yes, the
I think,
icon.
yeah, she fit the role of the other actors as well. So, yeah, it was a good part for her.
Now, as much as I love Jade Nova and I love her dearly, but maybe she was doing a little bit too much overacting for me in
Yeah,
that role. Like it was cute.
nobody.
It was cute.
Yeah, but nobody would be that stupid. Nobody.
Mm-mm.
Like she was
Nick,
over stupid.
yeah. Now Basil, I actually know a few real life Basils, honey. I just for me, I'm not into not into light skinned men like that, but him and that wide nose could have gotten it, honey, with his little silly self.
But I still enjoyed Jade Noah as well. But yeah, it was just, come on, girl. Like, let's not be real stupid now. You
Right.
can't be the assistant to the lieutenant governor and be quite this stupid.
So I know y'all don't like to listen to my recommendations because a bitch loves a good Tubi movie. Chill herself is saying that she enjoyed it, so maybe listen to her recommendation.
I I did. It had its funny moments at times. It was like, oh, okay. Let me just keep watching to support. But I did, I did get some laughs out of it. I thought it was kind of cute. I mean,
And I'm sorry, like yeah, nobody can ever make me hate Tyler Perry, really, because look at the material. He is really like single handedly keeping black actors employed. Even if these productions are like a little cheesy and for a certain crowd, the fact is
yeah,
he still got these people out here working
yes.
when nobody else will hire them. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
favorite tour says no thank you in the chat, so he will not be watching She's the People. She the People.
Well, no, it's definitely not in his lane. But just for the fact that, like you said, TP's keeping a lot of black actors and actresses employed, and I can't be
Yes,
mad at that.
indeed. Me either. Well, if there's anything else about this icon that is Terry J. Vaughn, does anybody want to add anything else about her before we start like any of your favorite movies or shows that she appeared in? Oh, go ahead, favorite Taurus. Oh, what is that?
My favorite cars, reboot, 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 honey. There you go.
Oh no, yeah. Like favorite
Nope,
Taurus not working today.
it's not better. All you sound
What
you just a
what's
bunch of
going on?
static. Will's mic is screwed up.
Oh,
I can hear your voice. Your sound is foobar, baby. All we hear is static.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still the same. And apologies to our listeners. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. Yeah, favorite Taurus. It's not any better, honey. It's still coming out static.
Okay, I muted you, honey. I don't know what's going on over there, but um, yeah, something's going on.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that sound is not pleasant. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the tea, honey.
Tea time.
Yes. So, as we know, there's not going to be a trial today with any live updates. They're on vacation right now. Celebrate Memorial Day. However, we're still going to talk about certain things. Um,
Well,
with the
let's see if
trial.
favorite Taurus has his sound back. He has his hand up
Okay.
before you get started. Come on, Will. Nope. 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 Nope.
Mm-mm.
is he on an Android?
I'm not gonna answer that. Yeah, I don't know, Will, what's going on, but yeah, your sound. Uh oh.
Ooh, I
Second
didn't
try
say
to
it,
come
Will.
through.
I didn't. Don't. It's all Auntie Will, not me.
Nope. 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 No, no,
Oh, okay, yeah. For the sake of our listeners, no offense, Will, but let's just stop trying, honey, because it's not coming through.
it's not working. All right, what's our first tea item today?
So the first tea item is that Diddy's lawyers, honey, they are doing everything that they can. They throwing out everything. And remember that psychologist that went on the stand last week and testified to how what abuse does to victims. His team actually wants to like they're trying to take immediate action against her. They say that she did too much in court. So I just
Oh,
shared this link with Hot New Hip Hop. Yes, honey. And you see where it says Diddy lawyers are livid with expert witnesses' testimony and are taking immediate action. Diddy's legal team has filed an emergency motion requesting that Judge Arun Subramanian remove the entire testimony of Dawn Hughes from last week. They argue that she went above and beyond what the court permitted her to speak about. Hughes is a clinical and forensic psychologist who has testified in other high-profile cases, including R. Kelly's sex trafficking trial and as well as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's civil dispute. Hughes continually used the prosecutor's questions as merely prompts to begin speeches that quickly veered into outright advocacy. Defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro wrote in the motion, as obtained by All Hip Hop. She further argued that Hughes allegedly referenced several banned phrases, including interpersonal violence and coercive control, and even accused prosecutors of baiting her into doing so. Right off the bat, the government showed that it had no intentions of abiding by the court's ruling that whatever instructions it gave Hughes about the permitted scope of her testimony were woefully inadequate, Shapiro added. Hughes also repeatedly personalized her testimony for the jury, seeking to enlist the jurors' empathy in her campaign. None of this was accidental. Hughes is a highly experienced witness and knew exactly what she was doing. Shapiro also brings up Hughes's comments on memory being subjective and her suggestion that inconsistencies are to be expected. She labeled that idea junk science. The government chose to put an expert witness knowing that the testimony it elicited would violate the court's ruling, knowing that if it and its witness pushed hard enough, the defense would not be able to keep out of all the improper and unfairly prejudicial testimony, Shapiro said. Dawn Hughes is far from the only witness whose testimony made headlines last week. Kid Cudi also took the stand to discuss his car allegedly blowing up back in 2012. Cassie also claimed during her testimony that Diddy allegedly warned her that the rapper's car would explode after learning about their relationship. With it being Memorial Day, court is not in session, and Diddy's criminal trial will continue tomorrow, Tuesday. Prosecutor Maureen Comey has already confirmed that the Bad Boys' former employee Capricorn Clark will be the next witness, according to CNN. Look, he said, me, Android? Okay, I know that's right. No shade, but no. Yes, honey. So, they said that she was doing too much and she knew what she was doing. And you know what? Like, I'm sure she did. I'm sure that wasn't. I think the prosecutor's purpose is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt their case against this man. Like, this man has like sex trafficked. This man has prostituted people against their will. This man is responsible for trying to cover up illegal activities. So like and they brought up Capricorn Jones. Well, before we do go to the next video that I'm going to show y'all, does anybody want to add anything
I
about what we
do.
just read about Dawn?
I do.
Go ahead, bud.
How do you say too much? I mean, if she only answered the questions, how can I'm trying to understand how she talked too much. Like they told her what she could and couldn't say, and huh?
What she was, from what I understood, from what I was reading, so what they did was the prosecutors intentionally like asked her questions that she knew was gonna like pretty much play on the jurors' empathy, pull on their sympathy cards or whatever. I don't know, but that's what I'm get.
Well, isn't
They're
that
alleging that
strategy? I mean, come on.
that's what I'm thinking.
What
Like,
was
of
they
course she
supposed
did
to
that.
do? Yeah, aren't they doing their job? What the hell? Yeah, I don't understand
Yep.
that post at all. But okay, whatever.
But yeah, I don't know what they think they're because what are they trying to strike the testimony from the records? I don't know.
I, I,
But
I I don't
go ahead,
understand
favorite
how they
story.
do that. Okay, yeah. Come on, Will.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
I had to go over the river and through the woods and cross the street around the corner to make this shit work. Anyway, well, that's very interesting. But yeah, glad to be back finally.
Did you see Little Red Riding
Yes.
Hood on your travels?
Say what?
Did you see Little Red Riding Hood on the travels through the woods?
And did she was downtown. I got to go say what's up to her.
Make sure you look at that bitch's hands, honey, because it might not be her. It might be the bitch's grandma.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, so we learned that the prosecutors will be bringing Capricorn Clark, Diddy's former assistant, on the stand this week. And Baby Chill actually shared with me a video that we're about to watch. It's about close to 4 minutes long. We're gonna all watch it together, and this guy breaks down who Capricorn Clark is and why Diddy and his defense team should be very, very afraid when she comes on the stand. So let me just get it here. Give me 1 second. I thought I put the video on my notepad, but apparently I didn't. Let me just get it really quickly.
Hey, Benji.
Benji, hey boo. All right, let me share my screen really fast.
Moon.
And again, this is from a tweet that Chill was kind enough to share with me. And when she shared, I was like, "Ooh, girl, we will be showing this on the show."
It's kind of long, but it's a goodie.
As soon as it is. Okay, let me.
Can chop down even the smallest axe, can chop down the tallest tree. What if I told you this Diddy assistant set to testify Tuesday could bring the whole defense to its knees? Let me explain. See, Capricorn Clark is rumored to have receipts, text message, emails, NDAs that might hint at bigger names protecting Diddy. Her testimony could be groundbreaking. While a lot of people are focusing on sex trafficking, that's actually the smallest fish to fry. The RICO is what Diddy better be worried about. And let me get into how the RICO with Kid Cudi may be revealed. When Kid Cudi testified, there are a few things that I want you to pay attention to. One, Cassie gave Diddy his address, which led to blowing up his car. The second thing is Cassie asked Kid Cudi to come pick her up that day. The third thing is Capricorn Clark called Cudi while Diddy allegedly and whoever else was over at his house rummaging through his stuff and removing cameras. And the fourth thing is Brian Steele told Cudi that did he know there was female DNA found at the scene of the blown up car. Cudi said no. And that all adds up to, I believe, Diddy set this whole thing up and Cassie and Capricorn played their role. They never wanted Capricorn Clark to testify. If you remember, when Diddy found out that she knew about the Cudi and Cassie relationship and she didn't tell Diddy, he allegedly beat the living crap out of Capricorn Clark. It was so bad that Interscope and Diddy cut a check to Capricorn Clark to put it all to bed and silence it. Even the official indictment says that Diddy allegedly forced Capricorn Clark to the scene, and this is what I believe happened. When everything hit the fan, Diddy made Cassie call Cudi and have him pick her up so they could get away from the scene and he would know exactly where Cudi was. Then once Capricorn and Diddy, whoever got there, they removed cameras and went through Cudi's stuff and cased the place. Because think about it. Cassie gave him the address, but how do they know where all the cameras was and everything? They wouldn't just go over there in the blind. Remember, Capricorn sounded in tears and called Cudi and said that Sean Combs is in the car near Cudi's house. She goes on to say an affiliate forced her into the car and Sean Combs made her go to Kid Cudi's house. We know Cassie and Diddy were still cool or whatever, but after that wild day, it was 2 weeks later when the car was blown up with the female's DNA. I believe Diddy made Cassie and Capricorn or whoever do it so that his hands wouldn't get dirty, and to also make them do it as a power thing, and so that he would have secrets over Capricorn Clark and her field. If Capricorn Clark testifies that Diddy set the whole thing up, that will be the actual definition of RICO, and it would involve kidnapping and arson. And just those two things alone is enough to put him down for 25 years to life. This entire Kid Cudi situation stinks, and I don't like it. What if I told you?
Okay, I think he ate that. And shout out to Barbados. I saw he had that Barbados flag on but yeah. So from based off of what he was saying, honey, like Diddy should be really afraid because it appears that I guess Capricorn Clark would have been his quote unquote, what's that lady's name? Ghislaine Maxwell, however you say her name.
Ghislaine.
Uh-huh. She was the one that would now, even though she possibly may have been like made to do it against her will, she still helped him orchestrate a lot of that shit.
Right.
Especially the shit with Kid Cudi.
Yeah. Cassie did too.
Mm-hmm.
He was controlling both of them. Keeping his hands clean, like he said.
Yep.
Go ahead, Marcia.
Okay, I'm confused. So he went off a Kid Cudi because Cassie slept with him or dated him? Or dated her?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly why. And how dare you date my property? So you date my property, I'm gonna put a hit out on your ass and blow you up. I'm gonna tear all of the security cameras down at your house, put your dog in the bathroom, allegedly, and blow your car up, blow up your Porsche with a Molotov cocktail.
Cassie did it because Diddy was cheating on her, so she was trying to get back at him.
Are you in? Oh my God.
She knew he had other women, so I guess she thought she could do the same thing, you know?
The Lord have mercy. This is, you can't make this shit up. This is worse than the soap opera.
Yes, it is, honey. And speaking of soap operas, there will be no new episode of my show coming on today. Y'all know I am so annoyed. Why would y'all?
You'll be all right.
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I'm about to say no soap is worse than Beyond the Gate. So this is a little bit above that.
Okay, what we not gonna do on Auntie Dare's Daytime Tea is just tell bold-faced lies. How dare you, honey?
I have to agree with Will. 100% garbage.
Have you watched
Marcy, have you even ever seen the episode?
Yes, because my daughter, not Tia, Tiffany, watched that garbage.
See, that's my queen of unicorns right there. I always knew she was a girl of taste. I knew it. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
But in all seriousness, like the start of this case, it was never a matter of if he will get accused or if he'll get charges against him. It's just what charges he'll get put against him, you know. So I get it. I guess at this point, people are hoping that he gets like the maximum, or he gets found guilty of that RICO charge, because that's what's going to put him behind the bars the longest, essentially. And plus, a lot of these key witnesses, or the people that we've seen so far, because naturally we're only 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're speaking out and they were in positions of being fearful of not only their livelihoods but those of their loved ones, that means like shit's about to hit the fan. We just don't know what yet. So it's been very interesting, but also a little disheartening, you know, to hear many of these stories and the stories adjacent from other people attached to the story. It's just very intricate, intertwined. We already saw that coming. So it's just what other names going to come up in this case, or what other names I should say.
Well, I know one of them gonna be Farnsworth Bentley because if they're gonna call Capricorns to the stand, I know they're gonna have to call Farnsworth at some point, and I can't wait to see it. Go ahead, Jamaican Queen.
Auntie, do you think this? Somebody tried to compare this to the whole J. Simpson case, and I was like, nah, this is different. It's on a whole different level.
A whole different level.
Yeah. I mean, would you agree or disagree?
Oh, I would disagree. That it is with this. So the thing about now, OJ was just a crazy ass murderer, allegedly, who had that girl killed. But what Diddy is being his is like racketeering, like criminal. His shit is like comparable to what they do in the mob, and that's what the prosecutors are trying to prove. So no, I don't think it's OJ Simpson wasn't really mob like. He was crazy as hell, but not really mob like. He only killed two people for what not saying that that's better, but compared to what Diddy is capable of. Look, okay, right. I said only. I did not mean to. They say no doubt OJ physically abused Nicole. So, are there some similarities? I don't even know if there are similarities between the cases. I think maybe the only thing similar is that they are both black and they both be in white spaces a lot. But I don't know. I don't think so. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I can actually see the similarities because considering how big of a profile the O.J. Simpson trial was, I could definitely see it being to that severity in terms of like public perception. We haven't had that this generation. Last time we had this was during the 90s. So I think OJ was the last one, and it's still being referenced to this day when it comes to certain legal things that have happened. So I can definitely see it taking on like that new generation of it being so. But I totally agree. Like the charge, the things that I've been reading over the past couple of weeks, I like to be informed. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is insane.
I don't
Good
think
point.
Diddy has the support though of the black community, and I'm not sure why OJ had it when he was running, in the Bronco, and how people were lining the highways and cheering for him and all of this, even though he had been in white spaces and pretty much embraced that side. I don't see all of that happening for Diddy, but maybe just the high profile nature of the trial may be similar, but past that point, just similarity in what they're being charged with and stuff is different.
Mm-hmm. And the comments say, but who knows how many others knew that he paid to stay quiet. Yeah, true. True. Well, hun, I guess to maybe lighten the mood a little bit. Now, this is still about Diddy, but we're gonna learn what because we had questions about what he will be eating during today, like if he's gonna have anything special. So this article I'm sharing for Business Insider, it tells us that what his plans in for Memorial Day in prison will be like. And we learned that he has like a really, really nasty. After y'all hear this, I don't want y'all to say anything about me and McRibs ever again because y'all gonna be like, he puts what on his cheeseburgers, girl? Ooh, not we will. So I just shared this link from Business Insider. Diddy died. Here's the unusual way the mogul likes his cheeseburgers and why he can't indulge this Memorial Day. So, Sean Diddy Combs' appetite for cheeseburgers has already been mentioned twice in testimony given his ongoing sex trafficking and racketeering trial. During the Manhattan federal trial's second week, one of Combs' ex-personal assistants told the jury how Combs had a hankering for cheeseburgers from a popular Los Angeles diner shortly before a near gunfight unfolded with longtime rival Suge Knight in 2008. And in other testimony last week, another one of Combs' former assistants revealed the unusual way the hip hop mogul likes his cheeseburgers with a slathering of applesauce, child. Y'all heard me right. This motherfucker puts applesauce on top of his burgers. Under cross-examination by Combs' defense attorney, Mark Agnafilo, the ex-personal assistant, George Kaplan, was asked about applesauce following a question about baby oil purchases. Tell the jury what you remember about applesauce, Agnafilo said to Kaplan, who replied, Mr. Combs loves applesauce. He eats it on the side or on top of a lot of things. Cheeseburgers? The defense attorney asked. Cheeseburgers being one of them, Kaplan answered. Unfortunately for Combs, he won't be able to fulfill any cheeseburgers with applesauce cravings that he may have this Memorial Day. The music tycoon remains behind bars at a notorious federal jail in Brooklyn. Federal agents transport Combs from the Metropolitan Detention Center to the Lower Manhattan Courthouse and uh, and back on trial days. A menu obtained by Business Insider through the Federal Bureau of Prisons shows that barbecue chicken, kidney beans, macaroni and cheese, mixed vegetables, whole wheat bread, fruits, and a holiday dessert will be served for lunch on the Monday holiday at the Brooklyn lockup. Combs and more than 1,000 other people housed at the facility, who include the CEO killer Luigi Maggione, will be offered a Memorial Day dinner of chicken and rice or tofu and rice, pinto beans, corn, and whole wheat bread, according to the menu. Applesauce, Combs' apparent favorite, is not on the menu or among the items sold at the jail's commissary. Barbecue sauce and soy sauce, however, can be bought for $2.85 and $1.20, respectively. Combs' criminal trial is expected to run several more weeks. He has pled not guilty to all charges and denied all allegations of sexual abuse. If the I'll Be Missing You rapper, a one-time near billionaire, is convicted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges against him, he could face up to life in prison. So yeah, look, okay, Benji, ew, honey. But no shade to New Yorkers, but New Yorkers be having some, they be doing some nasty shit. Like any group of people that thinks it's okay to put ketchup on a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich, honey, you already know that. Let me know, because you know what? I have to remember that I'm a visitor, I'm a guest in their culture. I don't listen. So let me just watch what I say. But I mean, would y'all have ketchup on a bacon, egg, and cheese?
It's not that unusual, and you don't have no dog in this fight. Let me just say,
Look here, Jermaine. Thank you.
okay, okay. You don't
Remind
have
him.
any ground
Remind him.
to
Roof,
criticize
roof.
anybody's culinary habits.
Look
Okay,
here. Roof,
But
roof,
ketchup,
Jermaine.
though.
Roof, roof.
people put ketchup
With
on
his
eggs
mix.
all the time. Come on,
Okay. Roof, roof, Jermaine. Thank you.
go ahead, Will.
I wonder if applesauce is not available in the prison he's out because it could be turned into alcohol.
Wait a minute, it can?
Yes,
Yeah,
it can be
Yes,
fermented.
it can.
Yeah.
well, they have
What
real
kind of
alcohol.
alcohol? Like wine or?
It's
I think
fermented fruit.
wine would be like the closest, but of course in prison they will take, well, allegedly they will take whatever they can get. So like something of like a natural source like an applesauce can definitely be
Yeah,
fermented and turned into, especially with there's sugar content in the actual applesauce.
any fruit, bread. They use any carbs and
Hmm.
pour juices and stuff over it and let it sit, and it ferments. The sugar ferments and turns into alcohol.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think that's the reason. I just think they don't have it because I've seen a lot of prison shows. I think they have like fruit cups and stuff, but maybe just not at that particular place. But yeah, go ahead, Marcia.
You think the applesauce is a sex thing? Like
No,
Oh God, no.
like, it remind him of something he do with the applesauce? Cause that is weird as hell.
Okay, I feel like I should have to say this. Kids, this is your auntie speaking. Do not use applesauce as lubrication. Do not put applesauce anywhere near your no-no areas. It will burn.
how you know?
Yeah, that was my question.
Look, this is not about me, okay?
My God,
You
Auntie.
just made it about you.
It will. You could have just left the last part off, Auntie. It's like it will burn. That's very telling.
Well, it will burn. Like it's not supposed to go there. One, it's not if it's not a water-based lubricant or maybe silicone-based. If you got a little bit of money, then you shouldn't be putting it. Or hell, shit. I would rather you use spit, but do
Oh,
not
oh,
use applesauce.
Jesus. Lord have
People
mercy.
use whipped cream, mayonnaise,
Jesus gosh, no.
applesauce.
So So spit, kissing strangers in nightclubs and sneaking in McDonald's, Auntie. What is going on here?
I am tired of you calling me a nasty gutter butt bitch in a nice way. You
Okay.
stop calling me a nasty gutter butt bitch.
Quit calling him out, Will. Oh, it will burn.
Well, it will.
Okay. That's what you had heard, huh?
A friend told me.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and speaking of friends having to tell people stuff, it looks like friends or Diddy's children may have to tell him about how that his daughter's graduation went because he won't be able to attend. They actually, well, he wasn't able to attend. And I just shared this link from All Hip Hop. Diddy's twin daughters celebrate graduating high school. So Jesse and Delilah are now high school graduates. So Jesse and Delilah Combs, known as the Combs twins, have graduated from high school. The duo took center stage Friday, May 23rd in Los Angeles and dropped an epic Instagram post to commemorate the occasion. The 18-year-old twins, daughter of Diddy and the late Kim Porter, walked across the stage at Sierra Canyon School in Chatsworth. The pair matched in navy blue caps and gowns down to their teddy bears. Their family and friends gathered for the epic moment. The milestone occurred as their father, Sean Diddy Combs, remains on trial for alleged sex trafficking. Despite the storm surrounding their father, the young women presented a unified and joyful front. Holding hands and waving their diplomas in the air, Jesse and Delilah posed for snapshots with friends. They also smiled for videos, showing off class rings and flowers. Their older brother, Justin Combs, gifted them both diamond necklaces and Van Cleef and Arpels bracelets to mark the occasion. Thank you, Justin. We love you. The twins captioned their posts. Meanwhile, Christian King Combs, who's 27, captured a video from the ceremony and shouted, "It's lit. Jesse and Delilah, we see you." The family's youngest sibling, 2-year-old Love Sean Combs, was seen perched on adopted brothers Quincy Brown's shoulders. Kim Porter passed away in 2018 from lobar pneumonia. The former model left behind a blended family of 7 children: Christian, Jesse, Delilah, Quincy, Justin, Chance, and Love. The kids are the products of multiple households, but often seen together in public moments of unity. While Diddy's legal troubles continue to make headlines with an ongoing federal probe into serious allegations, Jesse and Delilah's graduation offered a positive moment for the embattled mogul's family. And I'm going to share my screen briefly so that way y'all can see the grad. They look so cute. They look just like their mama. Let me, and I trust that maybe, after, I think they're probably going to follow their mom's footsteps and maybe go into modeling. I wouldn't see why not. Look at the material.
They've already done some runway. Not a lot, but I think they've done some runway work already.
Yep. And here's another photo of them.
They look so beautiful.
Gorgeous girls. And I love, love, love twins. Oh, there go Justin, there go Christian, and there go Quincy. Well, good for them. Unfortunately, just Diddy wasn't able to see his 2 twins graduate. And well, it's his fault, but hey. So that's that on that.
Probably best he wasn't there with all the charges before, if he hadn't been arrested yet. I think it's best he wasn't there anyway.
He said, "Those poor girls. Who knows how they really feel about their father behind closed doors? Girl, they listen. Maybe I shouldn't say too much. I should say when it comes to the children of problematic men, they tend to support them. If they support them in public, they support them behind closed doors too. And they probably having like really difficult conversations with their family and friends.
Yeah,
but
they love him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he took them in after their mom died. They love him. It's hard to reconcile, even though they know he may not be the most perfect person. It's their father. They may be upset that he's arrested and whatever, but they love him. He's their dad, so I can't take that away from him.
Yep. Well, that's all the news I have about Diddy. So we will revisit the trial tomorrow once we have more live updates. But does anybody want to add anything else before we go over to the next stories? They look so much like Kim. They do. Those pretty girls look just like their mama.
Just speaking of people who are problematic family members, those escapees from the New Orleans prison. Oh,
Girl,
the people
yes.
get arrested because of them, because they're helping them. One of them's grandmother just got arrested because she cash apped him some money. I don't know what platform she used, but she sent him some money over the internet. I'm thinking, stop getting your relatives in trouble trying to help you. Not the grandma got arrested.
We did. They need to let the grandma out. And I hear y'all, but y'all know there are really, really strict laws. And they don't play when it comes to what they call it, aiding and abetting a fugitive.
No, they don't. That's why I'm saying, stop, asking your relatives for help and getting them arrested.
Mm-hmm. That should now, I might now I have if I drop a $20 bill on the ground by accident and you happen to walk behind me and pick it up, then see I ain't had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? That just fell out my pocket. But I'm not sending anyone anything that has a footprint.
Well, yeah, they're watching them. I mean, come on now. They're watching all of those guys' family members. So, yeah, stop it. I feel bad for Granny. Go ahead, Will.
I think the same could be said about the grandmother. Like that's her grandson.
Yeah,
She don't help her grandson as much as she can. She most likely did not know the law. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure if she did, she wouldn't have put herself in that particular situation. She just saw my grandchild is in trouble. I don't know what's going on. I know he's supposed to be in jail. He's not in jail. I'm not gonna ask no questions. Let me just make sure he can get something to eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But she should have known they're watching.
Now,
I guess she don't know the extent of their surveillance, so
mm-mm.
they
Most
came
people
down
don't.
on her right away. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. Anyway, carry on.
Same here. Well, maybe if Freddie Mercury was alive, he probably would have been that type of a parent to if any of his kids was locked up. Yeah, you heard me right. Freddie Mercury and kids in the same sentence because it's been alleged that this man actually had a secret daughter. Freddie Mercury, y'all. So I just shared this link from People, and y'all see where it says Queen's Freddie Mercury had a secret daughter. New biography claims. Who child? So Freddie Mercury has a secret child. An upcoming biography about the rock legend reportedly claims. In the pages of Love, Freddie Mercury's Secret Life and Love, author Leslie Ann Jones claims the iconic Queen frontman was a dad to a daughter, according to a report from the Daily Mail. The soon to be released biography states that Mercury welcomed his daughter, identified only as B, with the wife of a close friend in 1976 after a fling, the outlet reported. So Freddie Mercury said, "By rights, honey." I know that's right. Anyway, Love Freddie also provides the woman's personal account of the very close and loving father-daughter relationship she had with Mercury before his death at age 45 in 1991, per the Daily Mail. Jones claimed in Love, Freddie, per the Daily Mail, that the existence of Mercury's daughter was only known by those in the singer's inner circle: his parents, sister, Queen bandmates, and Mary Austin, his ex-fiancee and close friend. The unnamed daughter states in the book that she always knew the performer was her real father. She also writes that Mercury visited her and her mother often throughout her childhood, the Daily Mail reported. It was decided between three adults that the child would live with her mother and her husband, the child's stepfather. Jones writes in the book, per the outlet, adding that Mercury even had his own room at each of their homes. According to the author, per the Daily Mail, Mercury, the girl's mom, and her stepfather decided to raise the child together, which meant the rock icon visited and stayed with them frequently. Jones also claimed that the star spoke with his daughter every day while he was touring and working on Queen records. Mercury's daughter, Jones, say, uh, knew from toddlerhood which of the two men was my real father, per the Daily Mail. Outside of the usual family, privacy, and discretion were maintained to a degree that not even some members of Freddie's personal household had any idea that he had a child, the author added, according to the outlet. Love Freddie is based largely on Mercury's secret diaries, which the rocker reportedly gifted to his daughter prior to his death, according to the Daily Mail. He entrusted his collection of private notebooks to me, his only child and his next of kin. The written record of his private thoughts, memories, and feelings about everything he had experienced. The woman, who is now a 48-year-old medical professional and a parent herself, writes of Mercury in the book, per the outlet. She decided to share the diaries with Jones in 2021, the Daily Mail reported. Though extremely skeptical at first, the author was later swayed by the woman's proof, which included photos, cards, and bank statements and behavior. My instinct was to doubt everything, but I'm absolutely sure she is not a fantasist, the author writes of Mercury's alleged daughter, per the Daily Mail. No one could have faked all this. Why would she have worked with me for 3.5 years, never demanding anything? The woman, who now leads a private life in Europe, has never asked for money, does not want recognition, Jones says, according to the outlet. The author adds that the woman is extremely wealthy, in part because of money she inherited from Mercury through a private legal arrangement. According to the Daily Mail, Love Freddie also contains a letter from Mercury's alleged daughter, in which she reveals why she decided to share the Queen frontman secret diaries after years after his death. After more than 3 decades of lies, speculation, and distortion, it is time to let Freddie speak. Those who have been aware of my existence kept his greatest secret out of loyalty to Freddie. That I choose to reveal myself in my own midlife is my decision and mine alone, she reportedly writes, adding that she has not at any point been coerced into doing this. The now grown woman also shares firsthand accounts of time spent with Mercury, according to the Daily Mail. In the first chapter, she reportedly writes, Freddie Mercury was and is my father. We had a very close and loving relationship from the moment I was born and throughout the final 15 years of his life. He adored me and was devoted to me, she continues, per the Daily Mail. The circumstances of my birth may seem, by most people's standards, unusual and even outrageous. That should come at no surprise. It never detracted from his commitment to love and look after me. He cherished me like a treasured possession. Love Freddie, Freddie Mercury's Secret Life and Love will be released on September 5th, and it's available to pre-order now. Ain't nobody believing that shit, but yeah, I believe it too. I believe she may have thought he got out early, what she did. Sorry, that was for another comment. So yeah, so I was always under the impression that Freddie Mercury was like a flaming homo, honey, and he was out here dipping it in some culture, and then kept his daughter a secret.
Back in the day, maybe before he really came out, you know how things like that happen.
Yeah, and doesn't he have correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he has like I don't want to say Middle Eastern, but maybe he has a background that's like where they view marriage and children like it's something that a man like must do.
Right.
So yeah. But the fact that he kept it secret though. Like, go ahead, favorite Taurus.
This is not at all surprising because if any of you all have seen the incredible film Bohemian Rhapsody, it does touch on his relationships with women as well as men. And so it's the fact that he had a secret daughter is not surprising at all. I'm curious to know, well, it's probably not my business, but the first thing that comes to mind is that upon his passing, he left his estate to a woman that he loved dearly. I forgot her name escapes me at the moment. So I'm not sure if that is the mother of the child because they did indeed have a very sacred and intimate relationship that could have resulted in having a child. So
Ooh, child. Messy, messy, messy. But this woman seems loved, and from apparently like she was working with this author of this book, she didn't want any compensation from it. Like she said she wasn't coerced, and she's just talking about it because frankly she wants to, and she wants Freddie to speak his own words rather than the rumors and speculation about him keep running about, even after 30 years after his death. So as long as y'all know, I don't have any secret children, and I will not have any secret children.
You sure? You sure?
I'm actually not sure. That's the crazy thing about it.
Mhm.
Who knows what could happen after a bottle of wine?
Right.
So Freddie is of Parsi Indian heritage. Okay, thank you. Okay.
And that's definitely not a gay accepting culture.
Mm-mm. Well, that's it. Does anybody want to add anything about gay men, or excuse me, bi men and their secret children before we go to the next story? Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I just want to say, Auntie, you accuse me of having a wife and children, but you are sitting up here and saying you don't know if you have a child, Auntie. I am perplexed at this moment.
Look,
I'm not.
blame it on the Marlowe, honey.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm not. I'm not surprised.
She was like, y'all ass ain't been paying attention if you surprised.
So 20-year-old run up one day and say, "Guess what?"
And she'll have the most ethnic name too. Her name would probably be like a Montiarion or something like that. I don't know.
You know it. I'm thinking Freddie probably did that to protect his daughter, though, especially from that culture and his lifestyle and everything. It was a protection
Yeah.
thing for her, why he kept her a secret. Not that he was ashamed of her. So, hello, Hammy.
Hammy, hey boo. Well, just a heads up, my next two stories about to be about some people that y'all really don't care for, but they're in the news, so we got to talk about it. So, are y'all familiar with Aaron the plumber? I know y'all have seen his ads online.
Yes.
Look, let me go take him down. Well, honey, he's saying that he's fearing for his life right now, because Whack 100 threatened him and his mother. So I just shared this link from All Hip Hop. Y'all see where it says Whack 100 pushes Aaron the plumber to snitch to protect mother. So, reality TV personality and rapper Aaron the Plumber has spoken out against music industry figure Whack 100, accusing him of issuing violent threats against Aaron's mother. Aaron, a former street hustler turned licensed plumber and entertainer, said the drama began after an altercation with one of Whack 100's security guards. One of them allegedly spit on him. Then, Whack allegedly called Aaron's mother directly and threatened her life. Aaron's claims were caught on audio. Recently, a man known as Whack 100 threatened to take my mother's life and the lives of her children over a dispute that started with one of his security guards, Aaron revealed. But instead of letting us handle it like men, Whack took it to a whole different level, calling my mom's phone, threatening her life on audio, and even trying to set me up through a female from LA. The severity of the threats left his mother, who has reportedly been clean for 2 years, in fear. According to Aaron, she is terrified to even leave her home. The situation ultimately led Aaron to include the authorities, a move he knew would not sit well in the streets. This was the hardest decision of my life, Aaron explained. Not because I'm weak, not because I'm scared, but because I'm done letting fake gangsters play God with real people's lives. In a live video, Aaron addressed the stigma often attached to street codes and being labeled a snitch, but he was clear. Snitching is telling to get yourself out of trouble. I didn't do a damn thing wrong. I didn't break any law. I'm protecting my family, period. Although the street life in his past, he said, is behind him, I'm not a gangster. I'm a rapper for entertainment, he said. I'm not a street dude anymore. I'm a man. I'm a son. I'm a protector. And yeah, I'm a plumber. Aaron has since relocated his mother to a new state for safety. He also shared a GoFundMe link to help support her as she regains stability in a safer environment. I'll never let anyone hurt my mom and walk free, Aaron concluded. That's not snitching, that's standing up. Whack 100 has not issued a statement at the time of this writing, but he did make a cryptic statement on Instagram. He suggested that Aaron's latest move was an extortion attempt and presented a private text. The text says, "Big bro, we waiting on you to tell us what time it is. If he ain't gonna fade, then we gonna get active. And I got niggas as fuck from everywhere ready to step behind me. Bloods, Crips, Pyrus, even Mexicans. I want my fade, but if I can't get it, somebody got to pay for that shit. Respectfully, we ain't going for that nigga. We ain't going for that. Niggas was foul, and I need that." Mm-mm. So I mean, that sounds like a hit to me, honey. But anyway, so and here's Aaron the plumber's complete statement. "I never thought I'd be in this position. I'm Aaron the plumber. I come from a real street background. I know what it means to keep it solid. But today, I'm not speaking to the streets. I'm speaking from my heart. Recently, a man known as Whack 100 threatened to take my mother's life and the lives of her children over a dispute that started with one of his security guards. That man spit on me. I stood on business, but instead of letting us handle it like men, Whack took it to a whole different level. Calling my mom's phone, threatening her life on audio, and even trying to set me up through a female from LA. My mother is a recovering addict. She's been clean for 2 years. She's finally working a job, holding it down, and making me proud every single day. But now she's scared to leave the house, afraid to go to work because of one man's ego. So I made the hardest decision of my life. I took it to the courts. Not because I'm weak, not because I'm scared, but because I'm done letting fake gangsters play God with real people's lives. People are going to call me a snitch, but snitching is telling to get yourself out of trouble. I didn't do a damn thing wrong. I didn't break any law. I'm protecting my family, period. If your mom was in danger, if you had proof a man was trying to harm her, would you stay silent to protect an image? Or would you step up and make sure she lived another day? I'm not a gangster. I'm a rapper for entertainment. I'm not a street dude anymore. I'm a man. I'm a son. I'm a protector. And yeah, I'm a plumber. Say what you want, but I'll never let anyone hurt my mom and walk free. That's not snitching. That's standing up. And if you would like to donate to my mother, we just moved her to another state so she is safe and we'll be back working in a few days. Thank you for your love and support." And you know what? He's absolutely right.
He is. I don't know about security guard beef. Come on, man. Whack
He is
100. That's a
absolutely
great
right.
name for that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga is whack.
Whack as fuck.
Threatening somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
That's what bitch niggas do. And as somebody who is from the streets as well, right? Like, there's usually well, it's supposed to be a code. And it's the code usually like says no women and no children.
right.
And we see that's clearly changing now. I haven't been in the streets for a long ass time, but like Aaron the plumber. But I feel like that maybe I feel like the lines are getting blurred now because we're
It,
starting
that
to see
respect, yeah, that respect.
children and women.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're getting shot at, drive by. They don't care who they shoot. Just shoot at the house, knowing children may be in there or whatever. They don't care.
Yep.
I would have called the police too on this whack ass Negro.
And the fact that people are calling him a snitch is crazy because what if it was your mama? You not gonna sit there and let this motherfucker threaten your damn mama?
No.
I know I wouldn't. In fact, I'm not even gonna. He's gonna actually have to call the police on me if you threaten my motherfucking mama, my nigga. Shit. Anyway, that's that on that. Does anybody want to add anything else before we go over to another story that y'all don't care about? What you gonna do? Sleep with him? Yep, that's what I want him to think. Yep, I want him to think shit is sweet and I just come over there for some dick. Please. And that shit gonna get cut off. Allegedly. Well, my man.
Oh God. He's one of them.
Well, y'all, he is actually right this time, though. He's right.
He ate this one
And
little
y'all
thing.
gonna see exactly what I mean.
Okay, we gonna see.
Now, first, I don't know why people, like, when it comes to money and stuff, I don't know why people feel like they want to play with 50 cents. Clearly, this man is very litigious and has been for a very long time, and I don't think that's ever going to change. So, I just shared this link from All Hip Hop. You see where it says 50 authorized to seize former employee's house. And with good reason, because that employee was shady. Anyway, 50 Cent has been granted court approval to seize a Connecticut property owned by former Sire Spirits executive Mitchell Green, who owes the hip hop mogul liquor brand more than $7 million after a fraud conviction. A federal bankruptcy judge lifted the automatic stay on Green's Chapter 7 case, allowing Sire Spirits to enforce a lien on the Westport home at 299 Main Street. The decision clears the way for foreclosure proceedings under state law. Green, who once served as director of brand management for Sire Spirits, was found liable for orchestrating a kickback scheme involving inflated liquor prices and secret side deals with French distilleries. According to court documents, he pocketed roughly $2.2 million in illegal payments between 2018 and 2020. The fraud unraveled in 2020 after Green was targeted in an extortion attempt and confessed to the scheme. He was fired and later sued by Sire Spirits. An arbitrator awarded the company more than $6.1 million in damages, legal fees, and interest. With added penalties and interest, the total now exceeds $6.9 million. Green tried to wipe the debt by filing for bankruptcy, but the court ruled the judgment was non-dischargeable due to the fraudulent nature of his actions. This means the debt cannot be erased through bankruptcy. Sire Spirits recorded a judgment lien on Green's Connecticut home, which is appraised at $1 million. However, the property is underwater with over $7 million in secured debts, including the mortgage and the Sire Spirits lien. Green has no equity in the home. In court filings, Sire Spirits argued the house was not essential to Green's bankruptcy case, which is a liquidation rather than a reorganization. The company also pointed out that Green's misconduct disqualified him from claiming the full homestead exemption, limiting his protection to $75,000. The bankruptcy court agreed and waived the standard 14-day waiting period, giving Sire Spirits the green light to act immediately. Child, it says Green also pled guilty to wire fraud in federal court and awaits sentencing. So yeah, 50 was right. This man was doing side deals and it was stealing his money. Got found out about it, confessed, and now 50 coming for everything, including that house. So so he right this day. He may be a terrible person, but he's right this time. He may not be right often, but he's right here. My man.
The taste of men and food are questionable, Auntie. Men and food.
Look, and we got a comment anyway. What's for lunch?
I'm having chicken salad. Well, what are you having?
I don't know yet. My window's not open. So give another hour. Figure something out.
Okay.
Well, y'all are next. Well, does anybody want to add anything about my man? Oh, ooh. Okay, y'all. So y'all remember we actually talked about that young lady. Remember that young man, Travis Hunter, at the draft, and his girlfriend at the time wasn't. She acted as if she wasn't very supportive. Well, we just learned that they have been married. Him and that girl. And I'm sharing a link from People. Y'all see where it says rising NFL star Travis Hunter marries Leanna Lene at luxury Tennessee venue. Surprises her with a 6-figure gift. And it's been reported that they didn't have a prenup. So there's that. So Travis Hunter and Leanna Lene are married. On Saturday, May 24th, the Jacksonville Jaguars rookie, who's 22, and Lene, who's 23, exchanged vows at the barn at Faith Farms, a luxury wedding venue in Tennessee, according to the Daily Mail. Returning to social media after a hiatus, Lene, whose full name is Liana De La Fuente, shared photographs with her white wedding gown as she posed alongside her husband, Sports Illustrated reported. A video shared on Twitter shows that Hunter brought Lene a Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 Brabus 800 as a wedding gift. Guests could be heard cheering as the bride unwrapped the 6-figure vehicle. Lene wore 2 custom-made dresses by New York designer Justin Alexander for her wedding to Hunter, which appeared to have a black and white theme. Her sister Alina served as maid of honor, while her bridesmaids included her other sister Alicia and her brother's Jalen wife Gabby, Hunter's sister Ashley, and four of their friends. Hunter's friend's fella was his best man, excuse me, while his brother Travis, cousin TJ, and Lene's relatives were among the groomsmen. Before ending their special day with fireworks, the pair had their first dance to Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You, the Daily Mail reported. The rising NFL star and Lene have been together since he was in high school in Georgia, according to Sports Illustrated. The now married pair maintained their relationship as he went to Jackson State and then Colorado, the outlet reported. Hunter and Lene announced their engagement in February of 2024. A million times yes, Lene captioned engagement picture shared on Instagram at the time. Lene was proposed to with a $100,000 ring, Sports Illustrated said. The couple then revealed they had set a wedding date while on the Two Legendary podcast. Hunter and Lene's wedding day took place a month after they walked red carpet together at the 2025 NFL Draft. Before the event, Lene gifted Hunter a Rolex and a bracelet to celebrate the new chapter in his football career. She had been silent on social media in the months prior to the outing after being criticized for staying seated when Hunter won the Heisman Trophy. A video circulating on Twitter at the time appeared to show Buffalo's head coach Deion Sanders telling her to stand up and clap for Hunter. Lene later defended herself on TikTok, and Hunter also responded to critics on Twitch. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl's been with me for 5 years, he said at the time. Y'all are just now starting to talk about me and just now starting to be with me. Come on, man. Y'all hate on me and then y'all gonna hate on my girl, Hunter added. I feel the same pain that she feels. We're inseparable. We're each other. If she's hurting, of course I'm going to be hurting. And you about to be hurting in your near future, honey, when she come for that ass in divorce court, allegedly, with no prenup too. Well, congratulations to this couple, and it's not lost to me that they wanted to dance to an Alicia Keys song, honey, letting us know that there will be biracial children in the near future. Allegedly.
Oh, they don't have a prenup. I mean, who knows that?
It was alleged. Somebody put it on Facebook, and I was actually trying to look to see if I could find anything on it, but I didn't as of yet. So look, I wonder if Auntie has something else that's poor in taste. y'all, my taste is poor, but to me, I have great taste. So, go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Your taste is the same as your vision, Auntie. Very poor.
No, you did not have to go there. No, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. I've been needing to go to the eye doctor for the longest, honey. And I'm still holding on to these damn glasses with my old prescription. That's it. Tell the truth, Will. Shut up, Hammock. Well, does anybody want to add anything to this before we talk about another wedding?
I hope he's right and that she does love him. I really do. They've been together 5 years, so I'll give them that. I just hope they have a happy marriage,
Yeah.
I hate to see people tearing them down and be a subject on the internet. It can't be fun.
It can't be. My thing is, I guess because I saw a huge red flag. But you know how there's that old saying, like, if you want to see how somebody really feels about you, share good news about yourself and then see how they react. For her to be with him for 5 years and knows that football is a very, very important part of his life, and for him to receive a Heisman Trophy and she didn't even stand up at, like that was a huge red flag to me.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty work right there. And maybe she was upset, and I don't care if she was. She should have celebrated that moment, no matter what was going on in her life or their life or whatever. That was very, very disturbing that she didn't.
Because even me, and y'all know I am notoriously not a sports fan, but I just know, I've had family members, they had big accomplishments in the sports scene, and I'm always I don't know what that trophy is, but I'm gonna clap because that motherfucker got a trophy.
Right.
So the fact that she's just sitting there like it was her show, you know what I mean? I was, and I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be, that's a sign of what's to come.
Well, you may be right, Auntie. Time will tell for sure.
Hmm.
See how soon she pop out that first baby. If she pop out a baby in a year, yeah.
Hmm. Well, another wedding that happened over the weekend, Demi Lovocals or
Ooh.
Demi Lovato.
Oh.
I just like to call her Demi Lovocals because this girl sings down, honey.
Oh,
Anyway,
got married. Okay.
Demi Lovato marries Jordan Lutz on Memorial Day weekend. Oh, not shaky vocals. Leave her alone. So Demi Lovato, a former Disney Channel star who's finally getting her fairy tale ending because she married her man. Excuse me, she and her man Jordan Lutz are officially married. TMZ has learned. The couple got hitched on Sunday around 4 p.m. Pacific time, enjoying a ceremony in California surrounded by family and friends. The couple's three dogs took part in the special day. Demi looked stunning wearing a gorgeous white Vivienne Westwood gown, according to Vogue. While we haven't seen any photos from the ceremony itself yet, we did share pics from the rehearsal showing a very happy Demi and Jordan posing with loved ones. We broke the news that this was coming down the pipeline, revealing earlier this month that Demi and Jordan were finally getting married after several years together. Our sources told us that this was set to go down this weekend. Demi spent a last few precious days before becoming a married woman partying in Las Vegas. Demi and Jutes met back in early 2002, collaborating on her hit song Substance. While first just friends, their relationship became romantic after a few months. They became engaged in December of 2023, and it looks like they took their time to plan the wedding of their dreams. Congrats, you two. Hope marriage is cool for the summer and for the rest of your lives. I know whoever wrote this thing, they ate that. That was so corny, and I know they think they ate that. But anyway, I mean, congrats. You know, it's not lost on me that anytime a non-black person tends to say that, oh, you know, my pronouns are they them. Now, even though she said that she doesn't subscribe to that anymore, she said you can call her she her now. There was at one point where Demi says to I use they them pronouns. So it's not lost on me that like most of these people like who consider themselves non-binary, the white ones, they always tend to have long-term relationships or get married to cisgendered white men, cis hetero white men at least. So that's not lost on me. But again, congratulations on this girl, and that's that on that. Look, exactly. Does anybody want to add anything about Demi Lovato before we go to the next story?
I don't know her.
Chill. Like if I the thing is because I know you appreciate a good singer. So
I
if I
do.
would suggest any song to listen to by her, it would be Skyscraper. That girl sang that song from her vagina, honey. Do you hear me? Look, stop saying the vocals. I said what I said. Go ahead, favorite tourist.
Chill. I know you listen to vocalists, and I would suggest you look elsewhere.
Okay, let's see. Will say no. Auntie say yes. Now, Auntie's taste in music. Oh, well.
Look, and I think Beezus agrees with Will because Beezus said stop saying the vocals. So I
Uh,
think Beezus is the tiebreaker.
two against one. I'll pass. Thank you.
Well, does anybody want to add anything about this girl that y'all think can't sing before we go to the next story? Okay, well, this next story we won't spend too much. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, favorite tourist.
I would say she can't sing per se, but many times she loses her keys, and so she doesn't go anywhere because she can't
Oh my
find the
god.
keys. But I wouldn't say that she's not a singer. I would, yeah.
My girl sings down, honey. And I like her hit singles like Skyscraper, Heart Attack, Give Your Heart a Break. My girl sings down. I don't care what y'all say. Well, Aaron Rodgers. So we're learning that he may not okay. Aaron Rodgers may be a toxic ass motherfucker, honey. I mean, is this really surprising? But somebody else came out and spoke about him and their relationship, and they used words like emotionally abusive and toxic. And this is not the first time we've heard this about him. We've heard this from Shailene Woodley before. So anyway, I just shared this link from People. Danica Patrick claims Aaron Rodgers' relationship was emotionally abusive, and he leaves a trail of blood. Girl, that's deep. So Danica Patrick is claiming her relationship with Aaron Rodgers, whom she dated for more than 2 years, was emotionally abusive. The former race car driver, who's 43, opened up about her time with the NFL player, who's 41, on the May 21st episode of the Sage Steele show. When Sage Steele asked Patrick to share the most amount of pain she experienced in her life, Patrick replied, "The breakup with Aaron in 2020. Because it was sudden, it felt like it was my life. So, like, when you live with somebody, it's your whole life," she continued. And because of the nature of the relationship, because the nature of the relationship was emotionally abusive, so that wore me down to nothing. People could never imagine that I would lack any confidence or belief in the simple things about who I am. Everything was torn to bits, Patrick added. Yeah, he leaves a trail of blood. I don't think I'm saying too much earth-shattering stuff after there's been enough out there. And she's absolutely right. A representative for Rogers did not respond to people's request for comment on Saturday, May 24th. She then asked Patrick if she had known at the time that the relationship was emotionally abusive, or whether she realized it in hindsight after she recovered and had gotten to know herself again. Hindsight, I ignored it, but in real life, it was just like I just feel like I would say all the time, I'm built for hard things. I can handle hard things, and so I just saw it as a hard thing. She admitted. So yeah, she admitted to ignoring red flags that she saw. Oh, isn't Danica Patrick a Trumper? Is she? Oh, okay. I didn't know the fuck this bitch. Let me get off this story. I hope he was talking to her. Fuck her.
Auntie,
Anyway,
yes,
next.
she's big Trumper. Yeah, she lives. Never mind. But yeah, she's very much MAGA, and she's been very vocal, especially during the previous election. So
And because I don't know this bitch, nor do I care about her, I totally missed that news. So thank y'all for bringing it to my attention. Fuck her, and I hope Aaron broke her heart.
oh my god.
So anyway, next.
I thought you knew.
So I did not know. I'm glad. This is why I love that y'all are here, honey. Because I would have just kept reading this story. I don't care shit about this damn Trump supporter. Well, people are saying the Shade Room is reporting that Angela Simmons, and Yo Gotti may have broken up because both of them are sharing cryptic
Surprise.
messages on their Instagram.
Cue me surprised.
I was a little surprised, just a little bit, because he was infatuated with her.
Oh, child, please.
So I just shared this link from the Shade Room. Y'all see where it says, "What's tea? Yo Gotti sparks breakup rumors with Angela Simmons after sharing lonely posts on social media." So Yo Gotti has social media buzzing, trying to figure out where he really stands with Angela Simmons. Gotti fueled some breakup rumors when he dropped new pics from the gram from London on Sunday, May 25th. The photos see the Memphis MC posted up with a cup of tea, flexing his Richard Mille watch. While some fans love seeing the ice, others peep the vibes in his location, where he wrote "Lonely in London," which sparked some speculation that he and Angela might have parted ways. Angela Simmons didn't help the speculation at all. Right after Gotti dropped his pics on Instagram, Sis slid a little message on her Instagram story that had some folks hitting the screwed face. She simply posted, It's unclear whether Angela is subbing Gotti. However, her message did come in the midst of her living her best life on vacation. She gave her followers a peek at her tropical getaway in a series of pics and posts that see her outside looking good. And then it says, of course, roomies had a whole lot to say about Yo Gotti and Angela in the comment section. One user said, "Go ahead and send this directly to Angela. We don't need it." Somebody else said, "Y'all be patient with my boy. He going through it." Somebody else said, "Men become so dramatic when they're no longer in a relationship. Go get the woman back." Somebody else said, "The person who took the pic, like, damn." Somebody else said, "Meanwhile, Angela is posting bikini reels." Somebody else said, "These men love to fumble a woman that they begged for." Wake that up, girl. Another user said, "He just wants to show the Richard Mille because who's taking the pics?" Another user said, "Laughing my ass off, just apologize and go home, sir." And then another user said, we've been added to another group chat."
And that's my comment right there. Oh, not another group chat.
And Angela shared another post. She says, "I want what wants me in life in all areas. What flows, flows. What goes, goes." I mean, I think that's
So he
pretty
fucked up.
clear.
He fucked up. He
Hmm.
wanted his cake and eating it too. I mean, that's the industry. You got a good woman and you still out there, doing what you do, doing what you do. Everybody's not gonna go for that.
Hmm. Well, I got two more stories left. Does anybody want to add anything about these two before we go to the next story?
No, we're getting out the group chat.
Well, I just do what I do, honey. Just mute it, honey. I'll be muting all the group chats that they put me in, especially ones that have all that heavy traffic. I'll be muting all that shit. Now, DMs and stuff like that, I don't do that, or even the Instagram, like I don't do. But for some reason, it just seems like the messages, like your iMessages, and especially when these people got Android phones in that group chat, it'd be the most annoying and somehow the most busiest chat. I always have your damn phone notifications going off. So yeah, mute that shit. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
The way I cannot stand group chats of any kind. It drives me up the fucking walls. Like, what? Why y'all talking so much? What do you have to say that is so important? Please, I'm only part of two. That is it. One DM, one text thread. That is all I can handle.
I know that's right.
You so street.
Well, the second to last story, that guy who stabbed Tory Lanez 14 times,
Hmm.
he's actually speaking out. And he said that Tory actually threatened to attack him and kill him, so he was defending himself. Now, remember, I think we went over why I don't believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth, but okay, he's talking. So this the man prison officials say stabbed Tory Lanez multiple times. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just shared this link from TMZ, by the way. The man prison officials say stabbed Tory Lanez multiple times, says he thought the rapper was coming to take his life, claiming Tory put a price on his head, and he simply acted in self-defense. We had a prison phone call with Santino Cassio, who was already serving a life sentence when the Tory attack went down. And while he's not denying the stabbing, he says it's not as simple as some might think. Casio told us he heard rumors through the prison grapevine that Tory had a bounty on him. And shortly after, Casio ran into him and thought he saw suspicious lumps in Tory's pockets. He says he thought it was a weapon, so he jumped him, hit him, and stabbed him 14 times. Yet Casio claims he was not trying to kill Tory. He told us the whole situation is unexpected because he and Tory used to be cool, having a decent relationship while they lived in the neighboring cells at California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. I think that's how you say that place. Casio also said he didn't walk away from the incident scot free, claiming he ended up with a stab wound in his leg, which is why he believed Tory had a weapon. As for whether he regrets his actions, you could take a listen. Casio sounds a bit contrite, but he's definitely not fully apologizing. As we've told you, Lanez was stabbed 7 times in the back, 4 times in the torso, and 3 times in the head earlier this month. He was rushed to a local hospital for treatment, but has since been returned to prison. Many have shown support for Tory in the aftermath of the stabbing, including Drake and Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, who asked California Governor Gavin Newsom to pardon Tory for the 2020 Megan Thee Stallion shooting that landed him in prison. Tori's legal team tells us the recent attempt of his life was savage and ferocious, underscoring the clear and present danger he faces while incarcerated. Any claims to the contrary, particularly from an individual serving a life sentence for heinous crimes, is not only baseless, but an absurd fabrication. They also maintain Tory's innocence, saying his continued confinement is both a miscarriage of justice and a threat to his safety. He must be released immediately. Well, he won't be. So there's that. He gonna serve every last minute of those 10 years, child. And I don't believe that man. Any man who got the damn upside down pentagram tattooed on him, hun, that's dabbles in Satanism, I don't believe a word that comes out of their mouth. I'm sorry. Even though he might be telling the gospel truth that Tory Lanez did threaten his life, because we know this man is he has the Napoleon complex. He's very short and ill tempered. So we already know that about him. But even then, still. And chill, girl, look at the facial asymmetry in that man's mugshot.
Well, he's not in there for no reason, okay?
Hello. I don't believe a single word that man said.
He's probably trying to. I don't know. Somebody may have put him up to that. You know, Tory got a big mouth. So you be in there running your mouth. Yeah, things like this happen. So.
That's that on that. Well, does anybody want to add anything before we go to the last story? Well, this last story, honey, and this was what was sent to me by Chill, was the one who brought it to my attention. So thank you for that, Chill.
You're welcome.
So I'm sharing this link from Hot New Hip Hop. Honey, Yandy's hairstylist claims that she is cheating on Mandices, honey. So y'all see where it says here, Yandy Smith's ex-hairstylist accusing her of cheating on Mendices Harris. Mendices Harris and Yandy Smith have been together since 2008, although you wouldn't assume that from their headlines. They have so many cheating allegations and other accusations around their relationship that they sometimes feel like a more fresh and volatile union. Nevertheless, that's not for anyone to speculate on but themselves. Still, other folks continue to scrutinize the Love and Hip Hop couple, including Yandy's former hairstylist, Bryant Jameson. Per the Neighborhood Talk on Instagram, the ex-stylist accused her of allegedly cheating on Mendices in London. He made these unconfirmed accusations in a since-deleted IG post with a video and caption to boot. Basically, Jameson claims that they went to London for his birthday, but it allegedly was only so Yandy could cheat with a man she was seeing over there. A picture led Jameson's boyfriend to think he was cheating on him, and Smith did not let Jameson explain that she was actually the one cheating. You wicked bitch, Brian Jameson wrote concerning Mendices Harris and Yandy Smith's relationship. You did a lot of fucked up shit, and I still gave you a pass. And you didn't handle me with care. And he tagged Yandy. Oh yeah, and the pics with you and his fine ass, you really turned me out. The bitch is so cheap, she didn't even get me my own room. And I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. She did this to me. This is for you. I don't give a fuck. I've had it with you. I'm a project faggot, is what you said. You fake bitch from the projects. Now what? Never gave a fuck about what you did with your pussy. It's yours. But you fucked my shit up and still wasn't kind to me. Them evil green eyes and that bent ear. Ooh. And this boy, he must have been really mad, honey, because the spelling in this statement was woo. Anyway, while Mendices and Yandy's deny these rumors, they continue to pop up here and there along with other relationship drama. We doubt they will respond to every little thing, but this seems particularly close to home. Let's see if Brian Jameson gets a retort or if this fades away. The fact that his ass deleted it lets me know everything I need to know, honey. Look, they both look crazy as hell. They do, honey. And I don't that hairstylist, honey. He has. My thing is, look at how people like Yandy. If y'all watch Love and Hip Hop like I watch it, you know good and damn well Yandy is not cheating on that man. One, she's not sloppy enough to do that. Like she is. If I feel like if with the people that I know and the circles that I be in and shit like that, if this was going on, I would know about it. I would have heard a whisper about it. This girl was so devoted to this man to the point that she couldn't even think about, she wouldn't even look at another man with them pretty green eyes. So, but him on the other hand, now we know he's very busy, allegedly, community penis, and it's little, allegedly. Um, but anyway, she I don't believe this, and I think that dude, her hairstylist, was cheating on her. The boyfriend clocked. It was like, well, wait a minute. If 6 of y'all went out to eat, I thought 4 of you really cheap because only 2 of you had dinner, and I found your credit card receipt. So, look, and she lied about being married to him. So I think that boyfriend woke it up, and then that hairstylist trying to save face because his ass got a history of cheating, and he tried to throw Yandy under the bus with that. But who knows? He might be telling the truth, but it just don't. 1 + 1 = 2 to me, honey. And her cheating on a man that she's like hopelessly devoted to it just don't make sense.
Well, if he's community peeing, every dog has their day now. Even the most loyal woman can get sick of that shit.
Touche.
She went all the way to another country to do it. But hey, I don't. She ain't no saint now. Come on.
She not.
I don't know.
I don't. And he really, on the last season of Love and Hip Hop, he turned me off so bad. Both him and his mama, Miss Judy. Because that Kamala Harris meme, like when she says, "Okay, so I think there's some education that needs to be going on." That's between him and that household that he was raised in, honey. So long story short, Yandy has someone who's very close to her. She calls her sister, but the lady happens to be her cousin, Keisha. Keisha is barren. She was having difficult conceiving, and she wants to really be a mother. So Yandy was like, "Well, girl, you can take one of my eggs. I don't mind doing that for you. You go ahead." So Mendici had a problem with it. It was like, "Oh, well, wouldn't that make her your child? And wouldn't that make the baby your child? And this. And then his mama chiming in, "Well, yeah, wouldn't that make the baby Yandy's?" And so I'm like, you functioning idiots, honey. That's all I got to say. Functioning idiots. So that just really turned, because y'all already know how I have really strong feelings about men putting their noses in where it don't belong, which is a woman's reproductive rights. So I just
That's nasty work, though. If the hairdresser was the one cheating and put that girl, in it like that, that's real nasty work.
I believe that's exactly how it happened. Because think about it. Like let's just let's look at the information that we have already. Let's see who Yandy. Even if y'all don't watch Love and Hip Hop, y'all kind of know who Yandy Smith is. Yandy is a long time. She has worked behind the scenes for a very long time. She has managed Missy Elliott, Jim Jones. Like the girl works, and pretty much she's one of those people that any of her business that she wants to share with us, she would do that. If she wanted to, well, I guess you might have proved your other point, Chill. Like if she really wanted us to know that she was cheating, we would know. So she took her ass over there to London to get it popping, allegedly. So
yeah, but she knows a lot of people, and she does it here. It could get back. I mean, like you said, Bendici's been cheating. I mean, she's been loyal for a long time. Well, damn, I can see her getting tired of it, and you just never know, Auntie. I mean, that's a hell of a story for the hairdresser to tell to not be true. You could be sued, for you could be sued for that if it's not true. I just that's just that's not the story I would tell if I was the one cheating. I'm just saying it's just kind of weird that he chose that story.
yeah, all of it is weird.
Yeah.
Well, if she is cheating, honey, I hope she has she got a penis that was bigger than Mendici's, allegedly, because we heard my former boss, my old boss. Remember, she said at well, y'all don't watch the show, but she said at one of their reunions, the Love and Hip Hop, her and Yandy got into a little argument, and she said, "Your man has the littlest dingaling I have ever seen in my life." I was like, "Oh, girl, he do right, po baby." Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I don't go and watch a new episode of Beyond the Gates because there's not one showing up today, does anyone have any tea that they want to share or any tea I might have missed?
Oh gosh.
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Well, firstly, Auntie, I love it. I want more of it for you. I just want to say that. Um, but my story today, I would have thought in the year of our Lord 2025, we would have to endure yet another spat between Kaya and T.S. Madison. I'll put it in the jumbotron if I can.
Ooh,
Kaya.
child.
So it's been well during the DC Pride event, Black DC Pride event this weekend. Kaya as well as Carisha were booked to perform at a gay pride event, considering their very problematic past and how they've expressed their thoughts or views about the LGBTQIA community. But they get booked to perform at these events, and then it's alleged that T.S. Madison did everything in her power to stop that from happening. And so Kaya in turn calls T.S. Madison and they have a confrontation. It was like this is giving me very much 2017, 2018. I thought we were done with this, but here we are. And so
Mm-mm.
I put it in the Jumbotron. If you're all interested, it takes you to Instagram. You can see the video in full. I'll save you all the mental, the brain cells and the eardrums so you can watch that your own time.
Oh, I was actually gonna play it in the share my
Oh,
screen and play it for us.
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll take your show. Go for it.
But yeah, this was really, I saw it yesterday, but I decided not to even go there to talk about it because one I feel like because they if you paid attention they still continue to throw shots at each other. So I just kind of knew it was not up. And they had, I think what's happening, these girls were really, really close friends that just had a really bad falling out. And they love each other but can't stand each other at the same time. That's what I'm getting from it. But give me 1 second. Let me share my screen and we're gonna watch. I just when it comes to reading, I expect a little bit more from a trans woman who's been in a life for a long time. But hey, T.S. Madison still got her point across. Let me refresh so we can watch from the beginning. And this is a mess, y'all. A lot of hollering and screaming. I tell you that.
The reason why your knock knee gavel mouth ass is getting this new bag, bitch, is because I told him to get it. But look, puss asshole, look how I took for you. Look how to come out. Look. Bitch, you sound stupid. You sound crazy, bitch. You sound crazy. Holla at Will Cracker, bitch. That's who stole from you, bitch. Holla at Will Cracker. That's who stole from you. Bitch, holla at that nigga, bitch. Holla at that nigga that took your money, bitch. Holla at that nigga pussy asshole that took your money. Fuck ass bitch. You sour mouth asshole. Broke down ass slave cavalier ass motherfucking hoe. Lay on your neck. Lay on your back. Lay on your neck, bitch. Lay on your neck. Lay on your back, bitch. Because it ain't doing nothing for you, girl. It ain't doing nothing for you. Oh, bitch, listen. The reason why your knock knee gavel.
Whoo, child. I really hate it. And I was a huge fan of the Queen's Court when it was on with Kaya and Maddie together. That shit, you talking about like hilarious. Both of them together was hilarious. So I really hate that this relationship soured, but that's what happens. That's life. And Will is absolutely right. We really need to take a look at who we invite to our spaces. For real. Go ahead, favorite.
Well, to be fair, Auntie, like I get it, but I didn't get it, but then I got it because the majority of the audience of the who's attending these events, they listen to those people, unfortunately. So, I mean, you're somewhat listening or having your finger on the pulse of what these people are actually engaging with. At the same time, there needed to be more emphasis put on how these people showed up for the community or lack thereof, instead of just willingly giving them money to perform because it naturally they both need it. Allegedly. So
Yes. Well, thank you for that, Will. And again, I don't think we've heard the last of TS and Kaya. So, and I feel like it's going to get even messier. And I think like some secrets are going to be spilled and all that good stuff. But thank you for that. Does anybody want to add anything else before we head out? All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for coming to sip tea with me on this Memorial Day. Taking time out of your busy schedule to do so. We will be back tomorrow for a live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget to hit up our email at auntie@auntiederek.com. And in the meantime, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.